and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Wong Do gets it. We got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here. Going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's gonna use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're gonna be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's gonna be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's gonna get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Stickenis is gonna win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Hobo Racing Truck Series from the Duquoin Fairgrounds at the racetrack at the Duquoin Fairgrounds. Here for a little bit of Sunday night, there you see it, dirt track racing here on JTN. As always, I'm your host, Joe Twansky. Alongside me tonight, been a while since you've heard his voice, but you know him, you love him. Heck, some of you would say you absolutely adore him. It's Mr. Ricky Collette. Welcome to Duquoin, Ricky.
Hey, Joe, glad to be back here. Took an impromptu week off there. Didn't intend to, but back here tonight with you, ready to go do some dirt track racing here at Duquoin.
It's going to be a fantastic night of racing, folks. You're going to want to make sure you don't touch that search bar. Don't navigate away from wherever you're watching us at home. Of course, this is JTN, the JoeTowNetwork. We're broadcasting live, again, Hobo Racing Truck Series action. And if you like what you're seeing or you're excited for what you're seeing, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure you are subscribed. Ricky, it's a short race tonight, though. Only 80 laps around this mile dirt track.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick one here. Only a mild track. Looking at these lap times during practice, we're only logging about 30-second laps here, half a minute. So going to be kind of a quick one here, sub 1 hour. If we can keep it green, that's the big if we can keep it green tonight. You know how dirt tracks are.
Oh, we saw it Friday night with the Camping World Truck Series, but qualifying has just concluded. Of course, a very quick session. Ricky, take us through tonight's starting lineup.
All right, with pleasure, Joe. Starting on the pole for tonight's event here at Duquoin at a time of 28.977 seconds will be Josh Boyer in the 41 truck. Starting alongside him will be the 57 machine of Keller. Jeff Stickenis of the 31 will be starting third. Roger Neville second, the 51 will roll off fourth this evening. Herman Reese will cap off the top 5 in that number 73 Cadillac. 6th car, Rich Napick, will roll off naturally 6th. Duke Sorensen, the 59, will join him in that same row in the 7th spot. Ron Simpson, the 25, rolls off at spot number 8. Mark Vicenta, the 33, rolls off 9th tonight. Kyler Stallhood in the 15 truck caps off the top 10 here this evening, with DJ Hinsky in the 14 car rolling off in the 11th position, same row as him. Right behind those two will be the 85 of Ricky Bumbalo, rolling off with that 12th spot. Fugate in the 9 will start 13th this evening. Ryan Johnson, the 78, will start 14th. Andre Rayom in the 34, 1 week, gotta get the bugs out. Andre Rayom in the 34 will roll off 15th. Keith McLean, the 28, will start 16th. Tom Musa in the 7 will start 17th tonight. Harry Codian, the 13, 18th. Steve Rubino in the 21 will start 19th. Manny D in the 710 will wrap up the top 20 here. Rob Heath of the 38 will start 21st. Dan Rubino in the 44 will roll off 22nd. And last car to take a time in qualifying. All but one car took a time in qualifying tonight, Joe. And all of them within a second of each other. Richard Fenkel in the 2 car will roll off in the 23rd position. And starting tail end on the field on random draw will be the 19 truck of Rod Weston. That is our starting lineup for tonight's race here at Duquoin. It's going to be a big race here, Joe. 24 trucks, that's a lot for a dirt race here. I know it's a mild track, but Duquoin's got a pretty narrow groove. It's going to be a lot of bumping and banging here.
Yeah, watching this camera down in turn 2 right now. Just watching these guys sling the mud around there on the bottom. Everyone kind of wrapping that bottom groove. You got a little more banking down there. Maybe it catches the truck a little bit better. But we're able to see guys, they're kind of able to keep some momentum going on the outside. That's going to be something to watch all throughout the night. Big shout out, Barbara Judy. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. Hope you're ready to watch those Rubino boys hopefully have good nights. No, sometimes that they just can't stay out of trouble, it seems like, in that 44-21. They're going to look to get a good finish here tonight. But, folks, make sure you tell us if you're tuning in, what you'd like to see, who you're rooting for, as always, always appreciated. Talk with us throughout the race. It's going to be a fun one. You're not going to want to miss a second of it. This, of course, was our race preview presented by our friends at CircuitDiecast.com. Use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Woo!
Bit of a mouthful there, huh?
A little bit, but, you get used to it when you actually work.
Yeah. Ow.
Ricky finally got a week off. Hello, Mackenzie.
Yeah, I had the week off in real life, so it was sort of like in my personal life, I had the week off from my day job, so it was like I had full attention being here Wednesday and Thursday, I think, or at least Wednesday, and this sort of personal life kind of had me held up all night, both those nights, so I want to thank Tommy for picking up the slack for me, because I clearly left a lot of slack.
Always do.
Always leave a ton of slack. Tommy always just picked up my slack.
Welcome me, but not the boys. What's poppin'? We're about to watch some good dirt truck racing here at the dirt track in Duquoin. 46
dirt track at the dirt truck.
I talked about it. It's about 46, 45 laps on a tank of gas, so everyone's gonna have to pit. It's an 80-lap race, of course. I'm assuming we're gonna get cautions at some point or another, hopefully around that halfway point, because coming down pit road under green will be a huge challenge for these truckers if that ends up being the case.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting piece of strategy if we end up seeing it come to fruition. That's all dependent on cautions as well, because realistically, if we get a caution somewhere near that window, that throws all the strategy out the window, but it's hard to save fuel at a place like this. It's a dirt track. You can reel back on the throttle a little bit, but this is really a track where you're kind of having to use the throttle a lot to turn. You're really hanging out that rear end. It's not somewhere that you're really clutching in and letting the truck roll at any time. You're really using the throttle at all times. A lot tougher than a pavement surface to manage your fuel. And we'll have to see how these guys do that tonight if we end up getting that close to deal with fuel. Theoretically, if they, like you said, if they could cut this race in half, they should be able to make it to the end on one stop. If we get some cautions early and that window gets shoved back to, somewhere where you can kind of cheese it with less than 2 tanks of fuel, it could be something to consider.
And cheese it means?
I guess just throw caution to the wind.
Be a little sneaky.
Crazy strategy. Yeah, do some crazy strategy to see if it works.
You ready to go racing?
I am ready to go racing.
He'll get lined up on the front straightaway in front of this beautiful crowd of fans here in Illinois. I think I got that right. I never know where I am.
Nice looking pace truck. Do you know what that is?
It's Ford.
It's a Ford.
Technically not wrong. There we go. That's what we love to start
Ford
off with.
SVT Lightning.
See, Tommy tried to tell me, right?
That
I wasn't right. But I was.
I didn't expand on that well enough when we were discussing it, which is weird that you didn't know what that was, because you live in Michigan.
And I lived right across from Ford's corporate headquarters for 2 years, first 2 years at university, so,
Yeah. Yeah, this is like their old sport pickup. Their cool, crazy performance one.
Now it's the actual Lightning.
Yeah, now it's the actual Lightning. Now it's electric and probably even
cool.
Faster. But
there's the command.
It's not a step side, though. That's the only thing. We gotta bring step sides back.
Hey, I don't think these boys out here tonight need those step side truck, because they're going to be absolutely slinging it. It's realistic damage fixed setup, so the only thing you can really change is the steering ratio. Don't know how much you really want to play with that here tonight. Josh Boyer starting on the pole, Rob Keller to his outside. Then Duquoin, Nebelsack, and Herman Reese, your top 5 here for the start of this one. Rounding out your top 10, it'll be the 6 of Rich Napick, 59 of Duke Sorensen, 25 Ron Simpson, 33 Mark DeSenza, and the 15 of Tyler Stallhood. Stallhood, actually creator of another 1 mile flat dirt track, Fuel Motorsports Park. There's your little nugget, your little tidbit for the night for those long-time JoeTow fans, I guess. I don't know. JoeTow supporters, maybe? I don't know. Fast race. I don't know. What I do know, folks, is we're about to see one of the best races all year long. Pace truck is off. Josh Boyer with control here for the start. Down and away we go. Green flag from the fairgrounds.
Boyer gets a good restart here, pulls ahead of these guys, so he's got clear sailing as they come through turns 1 and 2. These guys are going to have to start trying to fan out. They're going to start fanning out here coming down the back straightaway. We'll have to see how this line ends up emerging. Usually at Duquoin, it seems like it's close to that low line. You really want to be down by that guardrail, but you see a few of these guys, the 6-car Rick Knapp, they're trying to venture a little higher. Duke Sorensen, Mark DeSenza, all kind of running about a lane up the track.
Getting really close. Again, everyone's going to be sliding. You see all the dirt. Yellow flag out for the first time here tonight. Let's see if we can't figure out what happened. Weston slow. Don't know if he is involved.
No, it's the 710 of Manny D.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, oh, he just got up in that cushion and just sent the truck around.
Corner.
Got right up on that berm there and then just sort of went beyond it, and that sends you right around.
Going down into turn 3 side by side with the 38 of Heath.
Some good lessons here early on for these guys, where the track limits are. No harm done. That's the beauty about a dirt track. You talk about moderate damage. Obviously, moderate damage is going to be a realistic damage, excuse me. We talked about that earlier. But honestly, the speeds these guys are going, you're really going to have to, like, kill the wall to do some substantial damage to these trucks. Dirt track's a lot more forgiving because it's usually a lot more low-speed racing. But unfortunately, it looks like 710 Manny D is retired from this event, so there's our first retiree for the night.
Well, an arrow's not going to be as important. Maybe, you're not going to want to get any engine damage. We always talk about that. You got some long straightaways here. But also, another thing that dirt really lends itself to is being able to keep up momentum like you would say at a super speedway. So if you can get that momentum, maybe you're a little down on the horsepower. If you can keep that momentum up once you get it, you might still be able to, push yourself up into a top 10 finish despite having some really bad engine damage on the front. And like you said, though, 710 already retired out of this event here tonight. That leaves 20... How many? 23? I believe.
23, yes. Of the 24 that have started tonight.
Very dusty here. Track officials, the track prep, they didn't want to water the track down too much.
Nah, it's fine. A little dust. You see these guys out here. 51 of Roger Nebelsack. He's got a little bit of grading there on the front to keep that grill clean, keep the debris out of there, keep the big rocks out, and it's working well for him tonight.
Working well. You see no dirt on the windshield somehow,
The powers of Rain-X, Joe.
I tell you.
I tell you.
There's more ways to keep dirt off a windshield than take the windshield out and throw it in the ditch.
Marinated in Rain-X. That doesn't actually work. Don't do that.
No, don't. Get some wiper blades, some windshield washer fluid. There you go.
Some windshield fluid.
Yep.
Some windshield lubricant.
Yep. And like sometimes the engine overheats and it starts spraying water.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Just get that motor a little hot. Starts pushing water.
Yeah, that probably would solve half their issues. Just have a washer spout, a washer nozzle, and one wiper.
Because all you need is on the driver's side, right? That's all they have for the road course anyways.
Until someone breaks the wiper, but, problems.
If that's your fault. you have to have it installed.
Here's the problem, here's the solution.
Getting ready to go that green flag racing. Boyer, Keller, your top 2 as they started on the race at the start of the race, but of course it's going to be single file here. Duquoin, Nebelsack, Reese, your top 5. Then Napick, Sorensen, DeSenza, Simpson, Hinsky and Stallhood, the rest of your top 10. Fugate, Bumbalo, Rium, McLean, Musa, Kodian, Rubino, other Rubino, Steven Dan, Rich Fenkel, 38 Rob Heath, 78 Ryan Johnson, Rod Weston, rounding out your field. Again, 23 of the 24 that started. 710 Mini D, already an early retiree from this one. Already hear some clutching too. I know you said they can't save the fuel, but they're gonna put you to the test. They're gonna make a liar out of you tonight, Ricky. Pace truck is off. An SVT Lightning. Going like lightning down the pit lane as we get ready to see the green flag displayed. Once again, coming to lap number 6 of 80. Green flag, we're back underway from Duquoin.
The team Tyler Stallhood diving in deep here on the 14 to DJ Insky, trying to get that top 10 position back. Stallhood is. I think this bottom line here going to come powering off for turn 2. Rest of these guys still staying pretty single file, but immediately that 15 jumped right out of line and was ready to roll.
Kodian getting by Musa further on back. Now Rubino looking to his inside. Rubino makes the pass. Big slide there off of turn number 4. Not clear down the front straightaway. Gonna send it down into turns 1 and 2. Now Dan Rubino trying to make it work on the bottom inside of the 7.
Well, further back here for 12th position, Keith McLean to the inside of Ricky Bumbalo. Bumbalo wiggles a little bit coming off of turn 2 here. I mean, they're always going to be loose, but they're really loose here. Ricky Bumbalo has to get way up on the curb here. 28 kind of took his line away.
Oh,
We got
Herman
caution
Reese
for Herman
around.
Reese.
Right in the groove. Dangerous spot to be.
That will be our second caution of the day, Joe, and that was from 5th position.
That's not how you want to lose that track position. See what happened here? Just gonna go too deep down into the corner, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he threw it in, because you got to throw that truck in pretty hard on entry just to get the rear end to start to step out. It seems like they threw it in just a little bit too much there.
Uh-huh.
Tried to recover it, and the thing just kept rotating.
A lot of Cadillac owners, they don't take their caddies down dirt roads either, so.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, so no do.
What are you gonna do about it?
He can't do that.
Truck's coming down pit road here, first opportunity. Sorensen gonna be the first, then Hinsky. So it's looking like a lonely, lonely place. Probably see the 73 do the same. There's the 38. 19 of Weston. And then there's Herman Reese. So 5 takers down on the pit lane. I would assume everyone else going to stay out here. This, of course, is our first Hobo Racing event of the month of July, so hope everyone had a very happy Independence Day. Is having a wonderful start to the middle summer month. And hopefully to all the younger folks out there, you're not having to go back to school shopping already. Because that is a
Joe,
thing.
So these onboards, though, looking at that spin for Herman Reese, man, Ron Simpson, Tyler Stallhood, Mark DeCenza, they all get very close here. Duke Sorensen as well, a little bit past Herman when they make contact. A lot of these guys just get barely got this full speed, nowhere to go. Just snaked by just barely.
Well, I think
heads up driving out here.
That's what makes the dirt so interesting, so much fun to watch, right? You know these guys are constantly on the edge of control. We saw it with the Knoxville Camping World Truck Series event, and that was a mess at the end, but up until that point, everyone was able, you know, you're kind of able to work the track, you were able to work your competitors a little bit. On dirt, you're given more opportunities to be the difference maker in the car than you are sometimes at pavement tracks, right? You can search around for grip. Now, that's not how this game works necessarily, right? It's not like we have a dynamic track or anything, but, and even then, you know, iRacing, I don't know if their dynamic track necessarily works the way they want it to, or it should, but not the point we're trying to make here. Here on the dirt, you can kind of, it's gonna come down to momentum. It's gonna come down to rhythm. But the driver can be a big difference maker. Where you know it's already a fixed setup series, so the driver's already a big difference maker. So we're just making it, you know, putting that exponentially even higher. There's my tangent for the night to confuse you, Ricky. Do you appreciate it?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Drives to the production meeting 2 minutes before we start the show. Said, oh no, the airplane was late getting into the airport. I said, Ricky, you didn't fly, you drove.
I was like, oh, well, I gotta be fast then.
Lights go off, they do, so we'll go back green flag next time by. It's going to be Boyer, Keller, Stekenis, Nebelsack, Napick, your top 5. Desenza, Simpson, Stahl, Hood, Fugate, and McLean, the rest of your top 10. Go to the restart on lap number 12 of 80, I do believe. Did I get that correct?
Yes, 12 to go will be when we get rolling here.
Lap 12, not 12 to go.
Or lap 12, wow, yeah, you're right.
Don't try to take the fun and the action away from the JTN fans, Ricky. Don't do that to
The
them.
TWB 10 to go.
Coming up in 2 laps.
For years, TWB has been providing misleading information.
Well, hey, you watch it now. Getting ready to go back, green flag racing. Pace truck gonna make that left turn down the pit lane. Boyer gonna have control once again. You wait to see that emerald flag fly. Down away we go, green flag and Duquoin.
57's diving deep here on the 41. Couldn't get his fender to the inside of Josh Boyer there, but he's gonna hang with him here. He's come barreling off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Staying relatively single file through the field, except for Harry Cody and getting into the inside of the 21. 21 catches the wall, 13 gets into the 44. There's a big wreck on the back straightaway here.
Oh, Steve
big
Rubino
hit.
hard into the outside wall.
Oh, we got a hole. Oh, Henry's
Oh.
upside down. The 2 truck is upside down.
He's T-posing.
He's teetering.
He's
tottering. Where's he
T-posing.
gonna land? Oh,
On his
my
roof.
goodness.
That was a Talladega wreck at a mile.
Oh, Joe,
dirt
that's
track.
a new wreck. That's a new one I haven't seen before.
He was T-posing out there.
It's T-posing.
We laugh because sometimes that's all you can do is laugh. But
There's
an
a
unfortunate,
lot to
looking like it's
unpack here.
it could be an unfortunate end for some of these folks. So let's go helicopter because I think that's gonna give us the best overhead view of what happens here. Coming off a turn number 2 is where things are gonna go wrong for the 13 of Cody Hand. That's gonna kind of jumble things up.
Yeah. It seems like the 44 actually comes down into the 13 of Cody in there. Not really sure. 13 caught the 21. Yeah, 13 caught the 21. That sent him down into the inside wall. And then Steve Rapinoe's just along for the ride there. Very hard hit. The second one's really what does the 21 in there. But then a little further back is where the logjam starts. These guys start checking up big time for the 13. 38 of Rob Heath actually gets punted by the 73 of Herman Reese into the 13. Gets on by, but the 73 slowing down. The 2 gets into him, and then they all just pile in here. No one has anywhere to go. 78 gets in here, and then they just start doing, I don't know,
Fun
Joe. I guess
stuff.
that's the NR2 step right there. I don't think there's any physical way to describe what Herman Reese just did there.
I don't think so either.
He didn't even do a handstand because that's the rear of the truck.
We'll see the wreck start further back. 21, 44 catch the wall. 13 was already slow, so that's what got those 2 to his outside. Big hit there from the 21 of Rubino, though. Is that a night ender?
Yeah, unfortunately, 21 Rubino is out of the race, but Herman Reese back on track, so that 71 still rolling. It doesn't look pretty, but it's rolling.
On board with the 21 here. Well, there was a brotherly battle at Atlanta today. We're not going to get the same thing here tonight, but one brother is still angry at the other.
That's just dirt tracks for you.
That's just dirt track racing.
That's just dirt track for you. This is dirt track
Insert
racing.
Denny Hamlin.
That's racing.
Caution number 3 on the night. Boyer's still your leader. Tough way to end the night, though, for the 21 team, for sure. You want to describe what Danny did? Bino did? For Barbara? Was he silly?
Things, I guess. I don't know. It's
hit
dirt
the
track
wall.
racing. Yeah.
Got into Steve.
It's all a big thing.
41, 57, 31, 51. And 6, your top 5, 33, 25, 15, 9, 28. The same top 10 as we had last time. If I say their names too many times, I'll have to start owing them money, so I can't do it too many times, you know, like copyright, trademark, something, I don't know. We're getting ready to go back green flag race and come to lap 17 of 80 after a hellacious hit, I think I'm allowed to say that, from a 21 Rubino down to that concrete wall you see there to your right in turn 3, but getting ready to go back green. Josh Boyer going to have control here on the restart. Fans on their feet once again, ready to watch these truckers sling a little more mud. Green flag, we're down and away again from Duquoin.
One gets a great restart here. Josh Boyer just taking off from these guys.
Tyler Stallhood, Keith McLean, both doing some work on the bottom. McLean to the inside of Fugate for 9th. Be side by side down the back into 3.
Fugate still side by side here, sneaking each other a little bit down that back straightaway they were. Tyler Stallhood gets really high up. Ron Simpson gonna get back under him. 9's gonna make a charge to the inside of his 15. Stallhood might have actually grazed the wall a little bit there. A little bit of that fender crumpled up on that 15 Ford F-150.
I think Stallhood might have sent it down into 3 and 4 a little too much. Now he's going to be stuck on that outside. Going to have to try to work his way back to the bottom, try to get some momentum up. We're seeing that inside line be the prevailing line so far. Do you think that has the opportunity to change, or do you think we're going to see that all night long?
Yeah, I think we'll see that all night long. I think it's going to be, you could definitely make something happen on that higher line, but you got to throw it in deep. It's it's dirt track racing. How often do you see that dirt track where the name of the game is just throw it as hard as possible into the turn and get under the guy?
Josh Boyer, he hasn't checked out, but about to a 3 truck length lead, then 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all underneath the blanket right now.
Ron Simpson and the 9 of Fugate battling side by side here. Keith McLean, Tyler Stallhood coming up on them. McLean going to try to go for the middle here, it almost looks like.
And 3 wide down the front.
3 wide, Stallhood looking to that inside, pulls back a little bit. Keith McLean getting to the inside the 25 here. He's going to throw it in deep. He makes that pass. Big little slide job on Ron Simpson. Can Simpson charge back with a run off the turn? Looks like Keith McLean is going to get a challenge for that 25, but he hangs on to the position. But now Ron
Simpson's going to throw it down. Yep. Bumblo now to the inside. Stallhood, Rubino around in turn 3.
Hey, it's going to be a caution.
Yellow number 4. Looked like it was the 14 of Hinsky getting into him.
I have to look back and see on the replay what happened here. They're pretty close all the way down the straightaway here, but yeah, Joe, it looks like they come off into turn 2. They're just running side by side. I think Hinsky's trying to get up the track a little bit so he can arc it into the turn, but then they're just so close. I think the 44 comes down a little bit. I think they both come together because they're kind of going for that same spot at that point and just make contact there. Dan Rapino right around.
Yeah, that might be one of those situations going for the same real estate, huh?
Yeah, one of those
racing deals. I hate that phrase, man.
Yeah, you get Alex Gordon back in the booth.
Get Gordo up here.
Yeah.
Maybe he's watching at home.
You get Gordon back up in the booth. He's the best one out of all of us. I got the charisma of a wet plank, Joe.
Yes, but you got the knowledge of a college professor.
That is untrue. That is dangerously untrue.
You have the
But I
knowledge
appreciate the sentiment.
of a college TA. Is that better?
Yeah, that actually does make it feel a little better.
Okay. Josh Boyer, Jeff Stickenis, Mark DeSenza, Rich Knapik, Rob Keller, Andre Riom, Duke Sorensen, Tom Musa, Dan Rubino down on pit lane still. So Roger Nebelset going to inherit the lead. Then Jeff Fugate, Keith McLean, Ron Simpson, and Tyler Stallhood going to round out your top 5. Ricky Bumbalo, Hinsky in the 14, Heath in the 38, Johnson, and Herman Reese. I believe he's a lap down. He'll have to come down the pit lane now. Weston going to come down as well. Try to stay out of things. That's going to give Boyer a couple more spots on track. Another 2 laps of caution here. That gives us plenty of time to talk about all our upcoming races here on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together, we are better. Of course, July 14th, that's this Wednesday, the All-Star Racing Cup Series returns to JTN. We got stages, stage points, and whatnot from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's traditional Atlanta, of course. So if you loved what you saw today in the NASCAR Cup Series, or you loved what you saw last week with Bomb Squad Racing, you're going to want to tune into that one on Wednesday. Again, Atlanta Motor Speedway, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time there. Then Bomb Squad Cup Series action from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway on Thursday, July the 15th, 9:05 p.m. for that one. July 22nd, Hobo Racing Modifieds from Airborne, 8:50 p.m. Eastern for that one. July 29th, the following Thursday, Hobo Racing Mods once again from the Iowa Speedway, 8:50 p.m. there. And then Bomb Squad Racing Trucks on August the 4th from Watkins Glen, doing a little left and right there with the boys at Bomb Squad, coverage at 9:05 p.m. Eastern. Of course, all those races live only on JTN. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. Hit that little bell to get notified anytime we go live, as well as make sure you're following us on our different social medias. Follow us at JoeTowNetwork on Twitter and JoeTowNetwork on Facebook. Those are both also linked in the video description below. And check out the JTN merch store to help support JTN. I got it all there. Got it all in that lap. You know, that's
there
pretty good. Bristol is patting me on the back. And by patting me on the back, I mean giving me copious amounts of eye rolls.
I take that as a pat on the back.
Good boy.
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
He is very excited for our move here. By very excited, I mean very nervous. Getting ready to go back green. Guy that's probably not too nervous is our leader, Roger Nebelsack, in that 51. Got the grating on the front of his truck. Probably won't need it now that he's out in the clean air. We'll have to wait and see if that ends up being the case. Nebelsack with control. That green, lime green truck. Gonna get the green flag from E number 1. Down and away we go once again here at Duquoin.
Screaming through 1 and 2. These trucks are coming down the back straightaway here. Pretty much single file through a lot of this top 10. A little further back, Josh Boyer now getting to the inside of the 78 of Ryan Johnson. Side by side with him down the front straightaway here. Boyer's going to throw it deep into the turn and take that 9th position.
Further on up, Stallhood to the inside of Simpson for 4th.
Yeah, these guys are fighting each other pretty good here. Ron Simpson's up the track a little bit. Stallhood's going to have that inside line. You can see him rolling the bottom very well. Tyler Stallhood's pretty good here on dirt tracks. Like you said, made his own mile-long dirt track that we used at Fast a few times. That was effectively New Hampshire with dirt on it. And it was a...
It was a
hoot. A lot of experience of taking... Yeah, I had a lot of experience of logging laps on a mile-and-a-half dirt track, or mile-long dirt track.
There you go. I was going to say, a mile-and-a-half dirt track. That does not sound like fun. Josh Boyer making another pass further on back. He slides up in front of Hinsky. Gonna look and set his sights on that 38 of Heath.
Right now, Joe, these top 3 aren't getting away from each other. 3 guys really got a fast piece at the moment. Been right on Roger Nebelsack's back bumper here, but the problem is now Keith McLean is really starting to rear down on that Dodge Randall Fugate. Looking up high, actually, right now. He is in the 28. 9's going to throw it in deep here. He's trying to get to the 51, trying to just get that nose to the inside of Nebelsack. If he knows he can get the nose to the inside, he can start running with him side by side. Here he comes down the back straightaway. He's got it there.
Gonna try to send it down into turn 3 to get to the inside, and Nebelsack not gonna be able to do so. That 9 over rotates. 51 though misses the center of the corner. Nebelsack wide up the track, gonna be side by side coming to the line.
Yeah, it just shows you how tough this is right now when Keith McLean puts that 9 truck. These guys really got to be on it. It's every single lap. If you even miss if you have one single misstep, you just get eaten alive. There's less than a second difference, like you saw in qualifying, between the fastest guy in the field and the slowest guy in the field. Tyler Stallhood has to go and way down the track there to avoid Keith McLean.
Oh, contact for the lead. Nebelsack hard to the outside wall.
Slow it down, guys.
Oh, no. I mean, I said it wasn't gonna be like the Truck Series race Friday night. I still believe that.
No.
This is a product of dirt track racing, no?
That is. All right, Joe, what do you think? We gotta go back, take a replay of this one.
I think
so many dirt track style replays where we gotta figure out who to...
Yeah, it looks like Jeff he might have sent it down there a little bit. Let's look at the helicopter here. Always a good one.
Tricky. I think it's another one of those deals because Jeff's. I don't know if Jeff just has that nose to the inside there, so I don't want to say that he wasn't there, but at the same time, the 51 goes all the way up the track there. I'm not sure because maybe Nebelsack thought the 9 was going to go lower.
Right.
That's a tricky one right there. And I don't know, do you want to just give that to chat? It'll throw them to the Lions and let them decide?
Yeah, chat, you tell us who that wrecks on.
You decide who that's on. Let's make that fun. You guys can hold the burden. We're going to keep having it all night. It's dirt track racing. These guys racing close. And, Nebelsack's around on pit road.
Well, that's not good. There's one more replay of it.
It's like Ron Simpson hooked the 51 coming out of his stall and got Nebelsack, sent him around there.
Get you a replay of that.
And Nebelsack's around a second time coming off pit road. Or no, he backed it off of pit road. What?
Here's a replay of what happened. Simpson going to be coming out of his box. Nebelsack coming to his box. Oh, man.
I thought he spun around. No, he just backed it all the way off pit road.
He just said, all right, I'll try next time.
I got one person in chat saying that was nobody. That was just track racing. I got Mackenzie Weston saying no. I don't think these guys want to play Jerry either.
Welcome to our lives. Josh Boyer, though, he's retaking the lead here. Again, we're kind of on that edge of fuel right now to make it to the end, so I think that probably this 41 team, they're not going to be coming back down unless maybe we get another quick caution. Guys that just came to pit, a couple cautions will probably get them good to go about 45, 46 laps if they told me the right numbers. And by told me, I mean I checked the numbers and that number was correct that I was told by, the JTN engineers and crew. But then again, they were trained by me and I am not a professional engineer just yet. Ricky, if you had to pick one shirt out of your entire wardrobe that was your favorite, what would you pick?
I'd probably pick my JTN retro shirt, Joe.
Oh, really? Why's that?
Because it is so comfortable.
Go now to the JTN merch store to pick up your very own JTN merch. A wonderful way to help support us here on JTN. Of course, as always, if you have the means to do so, we're going to have a special coming up here. I'm still, we're still trying to figure out how to do it, how to set it up, but we're going to be having a special kind of fundraising event shirt that's going to be posted, but we'll have more information about that here in the coming weeks. So you can help support JTN and also help support some great causes.
That wasn't an ad read, by the way. I'm just bad at answering you.
Oh, well, I mean, it definitely wasn't an ad read because we're not that professional to where we have things scripted out. So it's going to be Boyer.
I don't know.
Boyer,
like a shirt?
Stakenis, Descenza, Napic, then Keller, Sorensen, Musa, Rubino, and Ryum, your top 10 here for the restart.
Josh Boyer's going to be tough to beat here in this 41. He has been fast all night. And just, mate, you saw what happened there. The 9 got out ahead of these guys. Nebelsack of the 51 got out ahead of these guys, but he couldn't pull away. But Josh Boyer's been able to just taking off from these guys all night.
At 51 and 41, they were pretty close together. Green flag once again from Duquoin.
Guys already looking. Rich and Apic looked to the inside there. The 33, Mark Descenza, as soon as we got to turn 1, wasn't able to make that pass. A little further back, Keith McLean get to the inside of Fugate, who's looking to the inside of the 34 of Andre Riom. All of them filter out here. 44, I think, catches the wall a little bit, checks them all up.
I was going to say, our leader, Boyer, he hit the wall coming off of turn 2.
And Rob Heath went way high in this turn. 31, Jeff Stekennus going to get down to the inside. A little further back, 57 starting to hound down the 6.
Stekennus trying to make it work on the bottom. DeSenza trying to follow him through. Further on back, Fugate trying to make his way back towards the front.
Some of these guys that stopped last time by starting to make their way up through the field. Tyler Stallhood bobbing and weaving back here, 17th spot. You saw he was up in the top 5 earlier, all the way at the back of the field at the moment. Got a lot of ground to make up.
Front Stekennus going to try to get to the inside and pass Heath for second once again down into turn 1. Heath has been able to kind of make that outside work well enough to fend off the advances of the 31. Not going to be able to do it this time. Now descends it to the inside for third.
DeSenza is there. He's got that inside position. Watch him. He's going to throw it in deep here. See if he can get that slide job on Rob Heath. But Rob Heath's going to throw it in super deep. Overshoots the turn a little bit. You see him. He's wiggling. Yep, that's going to hurt Rob Heath quite a bit. The 6, the 57 doesn't get by him, but the 6 does.
That was a 2-for-1 special, but where you're giving away the 2 for the 1 instead of being the one that gets the 2.
Well, that's what happens when you go to a budget gourmet, Joe, is that you get that 2-for-1 special. And that's what the 51 is selling tonight. 57 is selling tonight. Excuse me, I'm forgetting numbers.
You were trying to be silly, and then you messed up. So
I squandered it. That's like stuttering mid-verse. 9 of Fugate gets the inside. Keith McClay gets by the 44. Did Rubino saves it.
there is a lot going on right now.
Pino and Stallhood almost got together there when Rubino had some handling issues there. Almost actually spun it looks like. But he hangs on to a great save. Great driving by everyone to keep that clean.
Now we're getting single filed out. Everyone trying to get, again, regain their composure back here. We're kind of looking at this battle right outside the top 10, right inside the top 10. You know, 10th through 15th, 16th position. This is where there's a lot of movers and shakers right now. Rayum onto the apron. You don't want to be down there on the flat. Going to drift up the track, almost into the wall. Going to keep it off the wall, but it's going to allow Fugate to go on by to the inside.
That's going to hurt his momentum bad here as they're coming in at turn 3. He's got to throw it in deep and hope that DJ Hinsky can't get there, and DJ Hinsky does, and he's going to get on by. And now Ron Simpson's going to size up the 34 here, side by side with him, coming down the front straightaway.
Side by side, like you said, to the line. Rayum's still out in front, but Simpson going to be able to send it in deep on the bottom. Hinsky!
Ooh, Hinsky!
Oh, he's into the wall. He's going to save it!
Saves it! My goodness, they're doing 140 around this track, Joe. I know it's dirt, you're supposed to hang it loose, but man, you're not supposed to hang it that loose.
Not enough to hit that inside guardrail.
Good save by DJ Hinsky in that 14 truck. We're going to let these guys thin out a little bit, but you still, like we're just talking about, the outer fringe of that top 10, these guys keep digging at each other pretty hard. Fugate holds on to the 10th spot, but right behind him is Andre Riom, Ron Simpson, Ricky Bumbalo, and Tyler Stallhood all under a blanket right now, just kind of dogging each other. Can't get away from each other at all.
When you said dogging each other, Mark DeSenza starting to get all over the tailgate of Jeff Stekennus for second. Stekennus able to hold him off for now. Now Napick going to have a big charge on the 33.
For the back of that 13th, 14th spot, Tyler Stallhood just charged to the inside of Ricky Bumbalo here in turn 1, makes the pass and puts Stallhood up to 13. These guys are all kind of, they're running such close lap times. It's so hard to make passes, get away from these guys, but you're kind of seeing it with that 15, that it is possible to make your way up through the field. You just got to kind of, it's a tough fight though. As you saw that he almost got into the 44 and then the 14. It's somewhere you don't really want to be.
You don't want to be known for causing problems.
You don't want to be known for getting caught in everyone else's wrecks, and usually that's what happens when you're in the back. Mark DeSenza right on that back bumper of 31 of Jeff Stekennus. See what he does here coming into a turn. Takes it about a lane up from the 31. Let's see if he can do something up there. Doesn't look like he can, but he's going to try to power off the turn here.
It's about trying to straighten up your exit, right? More so than you would on a paved track.
Yeah, you really just want to get those tires to grip into the dirt as much as possible and just launch it off the exit of the corner. So I think the 33 is kind of experimenting with how to arc that turn to see if he can get any advantage on that 31 right now, because he's just running in his tire track. So if he can get ahead of the 31, he's going to stay ahead of the 31. We're running such close lap times right now. The Sun's actually running a little bit faster than Stakenis every 2 laps. It's kind of been a back and forth. That's how close they've been. But gotta throw it in deep here again, right on that back bumper of the 31. He's got to be careful too. You touch that guy's back bumper, you're doing 120 sideways to the dirt. It does spin you. Well, further back here, though, Tyler Stallhard gets the inside of Ron Simpson, the 25. This is for the 12th spot, that 15 truck. Trying to make a pass here. Gonna throw it in deep into turn 3, excuse me, get on by Simpson. And he's gonna make that pass for position.
Stallhood up to another spot. J-Dog right 88 writes in, what does it take to get into one of these leagues? Well, I implore you, for all of our broadcasts, we make sure to link the league's website. So for Hobo, I believe it's hoboracing.net, but it's also linked in the video description below. You can go there. You can figure out every league has different rules and different application guidelines. Some leagues require you to have a wheel. Some are okay if you have a controller. Some are even okay if you have a keyboard. So it's kind of down to the league on whether you can race or not. There's a whole application process sometimes with them. So implore you to check out the links that we have. All-Star Racing, I know, is another good one that has racing a lot of nights that we're going to broadcast on Wednesday. Long Squad's always a good group of guys. Here at Hobo's a great group of guys, although I think the Hobo roster is probably a little more full than most. But, of course, check out those links in the video description below. They can take you through that registration process.
Tyler Stallhood gets on by Andre Riom. I don't know if the 34 stumbled a little bit. Actually got really high up into the marbles there. And Stallhood just blew on by him for that 11th spot. I thought Riom had hit the wall there for a second, but he's still struggling here. Ron Simpson getting along by him. Looks like he was getting almost tight. You get tight on a dirt track, Joe?
Yes, you very much can get tight on a dirt track. He's coming down pit road.
Yeah, and lap 48 of 80, so you can make it from here on fuel. So I guess, really, you can come in at any time, take that fuel. You're really not going to need tires. It's just a matter of how quickly you get that thing fueled up. So I don't know. Short things aren't really going to be a thing here tonight, just because, like I said, you're really...
Oh, Boyer!
41 Josh Boyer, the 57 get together. That's going to bring out another caution.
And Boyer doesn't make it to pit road. He didn't make it to pit road before the caution came out.
Oh, no.
That's why I said at the top of the show, pitting's going to be scary. Gonna pit.
Well, what's disappointing is I don't think Rob Heath can benefit from that, because I think Heath was already a lap down by then.
Man.
We'll see what they decide, but look at the replay on this. It looks like Boyer's trying to slow down for pit road, just hits that inside wall just a little too much, and it bonks him out into the racing line enough that the 57 just nowhere to go with that. Hard hit for the 57 into the 41.
Is that a technical term, bonks?
Yeah, just bonk.
I mean, Bristol thinks it is, but I just wanted to make sure.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this 3 wide coming behind the 57. Duke Swartz has to take an emergency maneuver there not to clobber the 57 at full speed, and my goodness, what a great piece of record avoidance that is.
7. They're going to be 3 wide there. That is terrifying. I do say so myself.
We'll have to see how scoring puts all this, because I believe the 38 of Rob Heath has scored a lap down.
It depends on where he is relative to them. So, like, if he was before the start-finish line, he'd have to beat them to the start-finish line. If he's not, if he's after the start-finish line, he has to beat them to the end of pit road, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and they all just came down pit road here. Heath stayed out to get the wave around. So presumably, I think he's gonna take the wave around.
Right.
A bit of tough luck. Excuse me, that was a bit of a word sandwich I just tried to do. A little bit of tough luck there for Rob Heath, though, because really what this is going to do is going to rotate him back around. He's going to get the wave around, obviously, but that's going to put him at the back of the field. And the unfortunate thing is, dirt track, you're really not benefiting from getting tires. So he's going to just have to rely on speed and navigating the traffic here. He's not really going to have any ace in the hole from pitting earlier like you do at any pavement track. It's just going to be, he has enough fuel to make it to the end, and that's about it. '57, unfortunately, looks like he is retired from tonight's event. That brings us down to 21 trucks here on track.
Unfortunate. I think that's the only thing I'm allowed to say, right?
I don't know, you're the Segway guy.
I wish I had a Segway. That'd be pretty cool. My bike ride's gonna be about 8 minutes to campus. You say, well, that's not too bad, Joe, and I say, yep. But then I remember that then I look at myself in the mirror. Anyways, Duquoin's gonna have control here on the restart. He's gonna start on the point. Ready to go back green flag racing next time by. It will be. Is Herman on point, actually? Did I get that wrong? Has Herman Reese taken the lead? He has!
He has. Herman Reese.
Rear end of that
Stays out
truck
here.
is all up in the air, so he's got some extra downforce. That's always good. The Reese, DeKennis, Descenza, Napick, and Sorensen, your top 5 here for the restart. Fugate, Musa, Stallhood, Nebelsack, and Simpson, the rest of your top 10. Get ready to go back. Green flag racing on lap 54 of 80. So just over halfway, well, way over halfway, I guess. Coming in on 20 laps to go in this one, Ricky. It's flying by.
It is flying by. Fast track, fast trucks, fast times here. We're going to have another fast restart. Here's a fast 73 truck. A Herman Reese comes down. He's going to drop his foot really fast down on that gas pedal as a green flag comes out in the air, and he's waving it really fast, and we are back racing here at Duquoin. I am out of words, Joe.
The transition would have been, yes, these laps are flying by just as these truckers fly by the front stretch grandstands on the restart. Reese going to wash up way high. There's a lot of damage on that 73. I don't think he really stood a chance there on the restart. Just getting out of the way, doing the courteous thing there.
Napick to the inside of the 33 Descender here, battling for that second spot. Napick's been fast all night. Had a good truck there at the front of the pack the whole evening.
Oh, contact!
Descenza makes contact with him, gets that outside wall, keeps it straight, but this is going to hurt Mark Descenza a little bit. All these guys are coming on by.
Tyler Stallhood to the inside of Tom Musa. Gets really close to that quarter panel. Stallhood not afraid to send it down to the inside as somebody going to try to make the pass work on the 7.
Bob Heath right now way back in the field here, only up to 17th, makes contact with the 41, and Josh Boyer a little bit further back. Him and Boyer trying to make their way through the field here right now.
Descenza back up the track. Nebelsack to the inside of Musa. Descenza still getting.
Oh, that's a hard shot.
No one is cutting this 33 any brakes right now.
Looks like Descenza. Looks like you got a little high there in the turn. Had to come
Stallhood
back
down on the
track.
flat. I'm sorry, Ricky. Stallhood down on the flat off of turn number 2.
They're almost 3 wide behind Stallhood here.
Oh my
that 6th
goodness.
position. Tom Musa, Roger Nebelsack. Oh, Tyler Stallhood over rotates just a little bit. Stallhood.
Oh, we're gonna be 3
keep
wide.
That thing under him.
Oh, he's
Gets
in the wall. Things are happening right now, aren't they?
Yeah, things are very much happening. If I'm Ricky Buffalo, I'm just waiting and watching this all happen, man. These guys are all over each other right now. Keith McClain gonna dive to the inside of 51, and Roger Nebelsack here. They're gonna be fender to fender coming off of turn 2. Tyler Stallhood a little further up the track in the rough stuff there, right on the berm. Well, Andre Riom and the 34 on by. 28 gets on by the 51, though, makes that pass. Ron Simpson now trying to get to the inside of Nebelsack. Meanwhile, further up front, nothing has changed. Our top 4 still racing each other here pretty hard, but Ron Simpson's going to power off the turn here past the 51. Tom Musa is going to try to make a run at him now.
Gonna send it down to the inside.
It's tough for Nebelsack right now because he really doesn't have a good spot to even make a good entry. Tyler Stallhood's still dropping back here. I have some issues with that 15 truck.
He's just
14
stuck
getting
on the
by
outside.
The 41. Yeah, 38's getting under him.
There's Ricky Bumbleau. Now he's starting to go towards, go forward.
Go further up. The 6th for Rich Napick is starting to reel in on this 31 of Yes to Kenneth, little by little. As we've been looking at these races for position. Not there yet, but he's starting to reel him in. The 41 gets under the 14, though further back here for the 12th spot. TJ Hinsky, Tyler Stallhood all the way up the track. These guys just 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 out here.
Caution's out. Ankle around on the back straightaway. Replay.
It looks like Finkel. This truck over rotates just a little bit, just beyond that point of no return there, and it starts sliding. And he's just along for the ride here, trying to keep it straight. Gets it down on the flat stuff, and the truck, I think, just over rotates on that transition. So a very gentle spin for Richard Finkel in that too, but tough break for a truck that's already been kind of kicked around today a lot by things not of his doing. A few trucks coming down pit road here. Mark DeSenza is going to come down. Herman Reese, 13 of Harry Cody, and it looks like that's about it. But 31's 33. I keep saying 31. 33 of DeSenza is the interesting one. Because we saw him up front there. Really got hung up on that high line. And had to deal with a lot of guys. And I think he just bounced off the wall enough. He'll probably come down here and get those fenders pulled out.
Yeah.
You know, we said aero's not going to mean a whole ton here tonight. It really isn't, but I'm sure for peace of mind, if he's already in the back, you know, just top off for the fuel, get those fenders pulled out, make sure, get all that down for. See, that rear end just popped out on it, so that 33's back in good shape here. Around the track, presumably no one comes down pit road right now. Jeff Stekenis will be our leader coming back, and second will be Rich Napick, third Duke Sorensen, fourth will be the 9 of Fugate, fifth will be Keith McLean in that 28 truck. One of the guys to watch here, I think, later on in this run, as nutty as it sounds here, Josh Boyer now up to that 12th position. That 41 truck is fast. He really knows his way around this place right now. And he is just slicing his way through the field. We saw some guys do it earlier. We saw Tyler Stallhood do it earlier, make his way up through the field. We're seeing Rob Heath right behind them in the 14th spot doing it. Keep an eye on these trucks because they can, they're not out of this just yet. Yeah, they can slice and dice here as we're about 19 laps to go here, Joe.
Yes. Gonna be probably going back green with 17 left in this one too. So, time is ticking away ever so quickly. And time's going to start becoming more and more of the essence, right? I mean, it's just, you get a couple quick cautions too. These cautions about, they take away 3-4 laps. We're only running to lap 80. There's no overtime. It's not like we can be here all night with overtime attempts. So everyone except our leader right now, Stekenis in the 31, is hoping that we run green to the end because that's going to give them the best chance to make up positions. We've seen it's not like a mile and a half, a super speedway, where, or an intermediate, I guess, where you can lose time and it's hard to get it back on a restart. It's pretty easy to get the time back. It's just you need time to maybe be able to try to set up passes more so. So you want to have as many laps as you can to try to set up as many passes as you can hopefully make. Maybe, along the way, a couple guys give you a little bit of help. But getting ready to go back green. Stekenis, Napick, 1-2. Napick was starting to hunt down that 31, see if Stekenis maybe was saving a little something. Then it's going to be Sorensen, Fugate, and McLean, your top 5. Simpson, Musa, Bumbalo, Neville second, Rayum, your top 10 here. Restart coming to you with 17 laps to go in this one. They're going to tick by ever so quickly. Only 17 miles left in this 80-lap race here at the Duquoin Mile here at State Fairgrounds. Getting ready to go back green flag racing with the Hobo Racing Truck Series here on JT. And JDog88 is his pick to win. We'll see if that happens. We restart in fourth. Going to be a tall task from back there. Down and away we go. Green flag once again from Duquoin. Really good restart.
Yeah, Stekenis gets a really good restart here. Rich Napick trying to stay in tow, but he's got Duke Sorensen right behind him. Fugate getting the charge from Keith McLean on that inside. McLean can't get there just yet. Well, further back, these guys all snaking each other, single file down this back straightaway. 41 gets to the inside of DJ Hinsky in the 14. Tyler Stallhood goes high. Rob Heath can get to the inside of the 15. These guys starting to kind of turn to a logjam here. Ron Simpson looking further up here. Ron Simpson, the 28, starting to get close, but the 28 really trying to get his note to the inside of that 9. He gets to the back bumper to make a little bit of contact there. Keith McLean, the 28, is going to hang out behind the 9, though, for another lap. See if he can get Fugate to overcorrect maybe just a little bit, get on by him.
Just kind of hunting bottom, right? You're hunting that kind of that transition that, you know, at Knoxville it was a berm. You don't have the berm here, you have the flat. You're hunting that flat part right now to try to maybe get your fender down a little bit lower, then you can kind of get a little more forward bite up and off the corner and stay to the inside of that guy down the straightaway to set yourself up for a pass. Because everyone's starting to kind of fade a little low going down into the corners.
They are right now. One thing though, Joe. Josh Boyer just passed Roger Nebelsack in 34 of Andre Rion for 9th and 10th. Put Josh Boyer up into that 8th spot. That 41 is coming, and he's coming quick. 9 to Fugate, 28 Keith McLean side by side here coming down the front straightaway. That's for the 4th spot.
He's trying to make it work on the outside. Doesn't look like it's gonna. He's gonna try to cross over now down the back.
He's gonna get a good run here. He's looking low, looking low, looking low. I think Keith's just trying to wait. He doesn't want to make too aggressive of a move on the 9 here, but he's got to get rolling here because we're running out of time in this race if he wants to move up to the field. Oh, the 15 to Tyler Stallhood is around 14, 44, all collected. That's going to be another caution here. 14 laps to go. Herman Reese slides into it.
Oh, you didn't hit anything.
No, yeah, I didn't hit anything.
You just slid getting on the binders. Let's see what happened. I think Stallhood's kind of a little more of that over rotation on that X-side batteries, Ford.
Looks like it. Comes into the turn here. Has to come in high because Rob Heath is on that bottom. You just see the rear end of the truck that steps out a little too much for Stallhood there.
See the wheels lock up because he's trying to use the brakes.
He hangs on to it, but the issue is that when you do that, this is the tricky thing about this track, really with a lot of dirt tracks here, is that he's got to hang on to it. The thing's already over-rotating. There's not much he can do other than slow the truck down. But the problem is the 14 of DJ Hinsky right behind him is sliding there. He can't slow down.
Right.
Because if he hits the brakes, he just goes straight. So he just comes barreling into the back of the 15 of Stallhood, nowhere to go. So just an unfortunate situation there. Just a racing deal, I think. I'm going to keep saying racing deals. 44, Dan Rubino, nowhere to go on that. Just gets collected in it.
You like that term tonight, I've noticed.
Yeah. It's a dirt track. You really got to use it a lot. I don't know what else. I don't think there's any other real words for it beyond racing deal.
Who's this caution help out?
I'd say Josh Boyer because it bunches everyone back up.
I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get back to the front. Might be able to sneak back up inside the top 5. He's going to have to be really aggressive, going to have to get a couple 2-for-1s down in corners. Hope that he's not the only guy trying to make passes, or able to make passes. Maybe that's a better way to say it, but I think it's going to come down to this 31-6. We've seen Napick very, very quick in that Maker's Mark Ford. The Kenneth, though, you have control of the restart. He's been able to get some good restarts here as of late. But nothing too bad. Last caution, of course, Stallhood getting loose in the corners, going to lock him up, going to save his truck. Hinsky nowhere to go, runs into him. Dan Rubino barely slides by, still got caught up in it. Spun 44 truck was looking okay last time I saw it go on by. But a bunch of guys tore up. Not these guys out front, though. I think that's kind of the real testament to how good these guys out front have been here tonight.
Yeah, and some of these guys have had to come back and forth through the field a few times, so just sort of get the idea. They really know how to bob and weave.
Ducking and dodging, bobbing and weaving.
Ducking and dodging, bobbing and weaving and weaving and bobbing and weaving.
Folks, make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button on the video. Be a friend, tell a friend about us here on JTN. Can't thank you enough for all your support. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a single second of any of the content, action, whatever you want to call it, here on JTN. We got more racing coming at you Wednesday and Thursday this week. Wednesday, All-Star Racing Cup Series action from Atlanta, and then Bomb Squad Cup Series action from New Hampshire. Then on Thursday, the day after, Both those races live only here on JT. And also the Fake Racers podcast coming out this week. We're going to have a lot to talk about, whether it be Next Gen, Atlanta, you name it. We'll probably end up talking about it. New full-time host, Mr. Matthew Steelman, co-host Matthew Steelman, Dave Hazard, and myself. Ricky's going to be on the call Thursday night is the plan, I do believe. So if you miss Ricky, miss hearing his voice Wednesday, don't fret. He'll be on there the next night. And, of course, this is our TWB 10 to go. On behalf of TWB, let's shout out those fine folks at GardenLightsDirect.com. From porches to patios to more, for all your outdoor lighting needs, head on over to GardenLightsDirect.com. They have the hookup to make sure your outdoors are lit perfectly. That's GardenLightsDirect.com. GardenLightsDirect.com on this, our TWB 10 to go. Did I get it all, Ricky? Did I get it all?
I think you got it all, and I think we're ready to get going here again. Probably going to be the last restart here with 9 to go. Unless something cataclysmic happens here, Joe, so I guess take us back.
Taking us back 9 laps to go, this time at the line. Stukenis with control here on the restart. Napick, Sorensen, your top 3 on the podium currently. Down to the restart zone. Back, down and away we go. Hit the gas, get there fast. 9 to go.
Guys has Napick all over his back bumper here on this restart. But Duke Sorensen, Fugate side by side here. Keep McLean trying to get to the inside of the 9 of Fugate here. Coming off of turn 2 there, close.
McLean gonna get to the inside, down into 3.
Oh,
Almost
contact. Fugate gets loose and he hangs on to it. 28's got the 25 around Simpson underneath him. They are 3 wide coming for turn 3 here. And this is all just letting the 6 and the 31 just run away right now.
They're just running. Fugate up to 3rd. Simpson back there in 4th. Napick, big run through the center, 1 and 2, all over the tailgate of the 31 is Stukenis.
Go further back here. Tom Moose to the inside of the 59 makes that pass. Josh Boyer coming with him. Boyer in that 41 is really trying to charge through right now, trying to break on through into that top 5. 28 and 25 racing really close here. 28 almost gets on the 25's back bumper, but they keep it clean, keep it green. Josh Boyer to the inside of 7 gets on by Duke Sorensen.
Caution's out.
Caution is back out here on the racetrack.
We'll have one more restart in this, and it's going to get a little crazy. Nebelsack,
I jinxed it.
slow on track. See what happens. Contact with the 38 of Heath.
Oh, yeah, looks like the 38 throws it in pretty deep there. The 51 holds his ground, and just a tiny bit of contact there sends the 51 around.
Kind of a replay of what we saw earlier with Fugate in the 51.
Yeah, it's been tough going here for Roger Nebelsack.
Not been
really
his night.
Nothing of his doing, just a lot of hard luck here tonight, which is the story with a few guys. But, well, Joe, I think we should get green with maybe like 4 to go, 3 to go.
It's gonna be something to go. It's gonna be hectic.
It's gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be rapid fire. So, Rich Nappers really got to make sure that he is on it here to catch that 31 just Stukenis.
Because Stukenis will have that advantage starting out front, so he's gonna start on point. And Rich Napick, Jeff Fugate, Ron Simpson, Keith McLean, Tom Musa, Josh Boyer, Duke Sorensen, Ricky Bumbalo, Rob Heath, Mark DeSenza, Andre Reum, Rod Weston, Ryan Johnson, Herman Reese, Hinsky, Kodian, Bino, Thankel, Stallhood, and then Nebelsack down on pit road getting repairs to that 51. Making out your field that's going to be going back green late in this one.
And Joe, you mentioned that the 31 has the advantage here because it's a single file restart, which you're correct. But what Nebelsack, what Napa can do here to keep the 31 in his tracks is do what he did last time. Just get a really good launch on this restart to stay with the 31. That saves him a whole ton of time of having to track down Stukenis here. You can just worry about trying to pass him. The thing is, these guys are kind of going on the flagman right now. It's, in-game yellow, so they don't marked out restart zone here. So I've noticed tonight the leader really is just going on the flagman here. So if Napa can time it right, he might be able to kind of get that jump early enough. Maybe he can get to the 31. He can get the momentum on the 31 coming into the turn. Because I've noticed that a lot of these guys are kind of waiting on the leader. The leader guns it, and then everyone else guns it. But maybe kind of cheese it a little bit. Do a little bit of sneaky snakeness. You can kind hit that gas, if you can time it just right, if you can hit that gas when the flagman's about to pull out the green, you might be able to get a little bit of a momentum edge on the leader. Not enough to, obviously not enough to get alongside him or pass him, but to like basically carry that momentum into the turn where you can set up a pass.
Right, it's looking like we're going to be going back with 3 to go. Should get to 1 to go this time by. Right now, 5 laps to go, coming to 4 to go. Things are going to get crazy, though. I think
it's going to be tricky.
That's the consensus. I mean, I think if you're Napic, like you said, you're going to want to watch the flag. You don't want to watch the 31. You don't want to have to just follow him because you're going to have to make an aggressive move down here into 1. And if you can't make that aggressive move down into 1, you better have enough momentum off of 2 to try to make a pass in 3. Because if you can't get, it takes the lap or 2 too, you know, to make the pass as well. So you also have to play that into your mind. Consider that. Just going to be interesting to see. So Sekenis, Napic, Fugate, your top 3 here for the restart. About to get a little bit spicy here from the Duquoin Fairgrounds. But, folks, can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning in here to JTN tonight. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Been a great crowd. Very active in chat. Can't thank y'all enough, as always, for tuning in force here for Hobo Racing. Love our Hobo Racing family here on JTN. Pace Truck, though, going to lead the field through 3 and 4 for what should be the final time. Going to make that final hard left turn down the pit lane. Going to let these boys go back green flag with 3 laps to go in this one. Pace Truck is off. Fans are on their feet. They're not sitting down anymore. They're standing for the rest of this one. Sekenis with control. He'll wait to see the green flag. Down and away we go. Green flag once again from Duquoin.
And 9 gets to the inside of the 6 of Napic. Fugate throws it in deep here. He's going to be side by side with second place coming into turn 1. Can he make this pass? He's really got the advantage here. Nice contact. Six hard into that outside wall. Keeps it straight. They stay going. Put Fugate up to that second spot.
Oh, Weston is the back of Napic.
Oh, big flip.
Big wreck down the back straightaway. Rubino up through the air.
They're going to be coming to the line here. Can anyone get Jeff Sekenis? This might be it. Coming to the line.
I don't think so. Coming to the line, Jeff Sekenis. He'll see the yellow. It's just as good as the checkered. He'll win at Duquoin. Fugate, Simpson, McLean, and Josh Boyer, top 5.
Oh, my goodness.
I think it's time to see that wreck, though.
Yeah, I think we need to see that wreck, see that pass for second, too.
We're going to see the wreck, because, there's a lot.
So Napic clobbered that wall here coming off of turn 2 and just couldn't get back up to speed, stuck in the wall, just was trying to, I think, make sure that he was out of these guys' way. The 19, Rod Weston, just comes in full speed into the back of the 6 here and just sends him flying through the field. 78, nowhere to go, get to the back of the 19, and they all just start rebounding off each other, and it is just a flip fest back here, yeah.
Dan Rubino, 30 feet in the air. Oh my goodness. Junkyard. Most junkyards are dirt too, right?
Richard Finkel flips a little bit too.
On board with Roger Neville second at 51.
That's pretty good view. He doesn't get clear all the rack and he bounces off the 73, but got a good dynamic camera going all the way through the 60.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Boydworth Tyler Stallhood.
That's a 44 backflip over him.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll have to ask Bino after the race when we head down in the infield what it's like to be an astronaut.
Yeah. What a tough ending to this race, though, for Rich Napic.
Coming off of turn 4, he'll see the checkered flag. Jeff Sekenis wins it at Duquoin. I think that's where the start-finish line is, at least.
He is.
All right, got it.
Jeff Sekenis first, Fugate second, Ron Simpson third spot. What a great run for that 25 truck. Keith McLean fourth, and last truck in the top 5 for this evening will be the 41 of Josh Boyer. Made a great charge back, just need a few more laps, a few more green laps for that 41.
Needed a few more. a strong truck all night long for the 41. Talk with her top 3 after this one. Jessica Kennis, though, gonna burn it down in front of the people here at Duquoin.
Hard to burn it down on dirt, but we'll make it work.
That's what we always do here in JTN. We make it work. He's trying. He's almost got it.
Oh, God, he's working.
We'll have to ask him about that. We'll have to ask him about that, won't we? All drivers checked and released from the infield care center. Everybody's okay. We're going to get your post-race results on your screen momentarily. Talk with our top 3 drivers as well here from Duquoin. I'm gonna save this replay too. Man. There are some good. But folks, can't thank you enough, as always, for tuning into JTN tonight. If this is where you have to leave us, thank you so much for watching. Hope you stick around, though, to talk. Well, we talk with our top 3 drivers. And shout out all our sponsors, as always. A great night of racing here with Hobo. Can't thank all the folks here enough. The admins, Steve and Danny Rubino, especially, for all the support they give us. Steve, especially, too. But can't thank y'all enough for all the support you give us here on JTN. Can't thank all the Hobo folks for tuning in, as always, too. And great force. It's always so much fun to bring these races to you guys, especially because you're so active in chat, always talking with us, always giving us compliments, too. That does always make us feel nice, right, Ricky?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Ricky's like,
sorry,
what am I supposed to say?
I missed the mute button there. I was trying to like scramble on that.
This is where Ricky just starts heading towards the airport to try to beat traffic and lets me do all the interviews, folks. I'm not gonna let him get away that easy. Stop. Results on your screen momentarily. Again, talk with our top 3 after this one. Like Ron Simpson team, they have left the speedway. Talk with them. Nonetheless, we'll talk with our top 3. Very hard to multi. I mean, for Bristol to... Yep, for Bristol. Alright, let's bring them in. Driver the number 9. Sun Drop Dodge. Mr. Jeff Fugate. Jeff, was tonight just one of those classic dirt track races?
It was pretty fun. Didn't start too good. Got qualified kind of crappy, but it took a while to get up there. Pit strategy worked out pretty good.
How much strategy really went into it tonight, though, in terms of, you just had to make one stop, right? Was it just a matter of when you chose to come down pit lane?
Yeah, I waited until I knew I could make it, and some of them guys pitted early, which I was surprised, but it worked out.
All right, so let's talk then. Let's talk about the restarts, specifically that last restart. We saw all night long the guy out front. We see this a lot of weeks here. The guy out front has that huge advantage. He'll be about 2, 3, 4 car lengths ahead, maybe coming off of turn 2, let's say. But you did a really good job on that last restart of getting down to the inside of Rich for second. What did you do differently on that last restart? Because we didn't see that all night long, where guys were kind of able to make up those positions going down into one.
Well, the last 2 restarts was good for me because I did get that run. But see, we can't pass before turn 1 with more than 10 laps. It has to be less than 10. So that's the reason you can't. You can't do that through the race. You can do it at the start or with 10 to go. So I just always work on a good restart and catch guys sleeping or not up on it. And you grab those spots. Now, that last restart, if you watch, I was throttling it because I didn't want to pass him. I can't pass him before the start-finish line or I get black flag. So
I was going to say, I was waiting. I'm like, oh, he's side by side. He's got enough momentum, but I'm trying to see where that line is because it's kind of hard to see here on the track. But yeah, you did a good job of that, making sure. How How hard was it though running side by side with people tonight? Because everyone, it seemed like it was obviously it was a fight for the bottom for the most part. It was kind of hard to get momentum going on the outside. How hard was it driving side by side when you're kind of on the edge of the control here on the dirt track?
Well, it's not terrible. It's just that the high line, though, sometimes the car up on the high side would grab and turn them into you. That's kind of what happened, I think, with the 6. I watched the replay, and I stayed low, and then he was up there, and he cut back down. His truck just kind of drifted back down caught the corner of me. So that, I mean, that happens. And then you got to be careful not getting too far down and pushing you back out. But yeah, you can run a lot of places, but there's only a couple of good lines on this track where the speed's at, and try to keep the RPMs up, the momentum at this track.
Hey, speaking of speed, had a lot of it. Like you said, didn't get the best qualifying effort. Managed to go from 13th to 2nd. I believe that is everything correctly. I'm sure correctly. Actually, Rob Heath went from 9th, so I think. But got up inside the top 5, got into that top 3, got to talk with us. Jeff, congratulations on another great run here in the trucks. Before we let you go, the floor is yours. Sponsors, admins, whoever you got, floor's yours, buddy.
Yeah, just thank you guys coming out and doing the broadcast, and Steve and Dan Rubino's putting on the good show for us, running the league and all. And good win to Jeff, my teammate there in front of me. Another restart, I might have got him, but that's all right. Good race, though. Good job, guys.
Hey, I was gonna say too, if we maybe had a couple extra laps there, I could have started yelling, "Oh, it's the Jeff and Jeff show!" You know who I'm rooting for, Jeff. But Jeff, congratulations once again on another great run here for you and the 9 team. Good luck. You run the modifieds, right? I always forget, like if.
No,
you don't?
I haven't been running those this year.
Okay. Well,
I did last year, not this year.
Okay. Well, good luck on Tuesday night with Cup, and good luck with the rest of the truck season. I'm sure we'll get to talk with you again before the year is up. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Jeff Fugate, driver the number 9 Dodge Ram. We now bring in, he's been down in victory lane. He's covered in dirt and dust. Started the night 3rd, led 29 of the 80. Driver with the number 31 Chevrolet, Jeff Stakenis. Jeff, what happened there at the end? They didn't even want to have a shot at getting you, did they?
No. No. I figured if I just stayed where I was, maybe it'd come to me. And it's kind of tough because if you make a mistake, somebody's going to get underneath you, but you just try not to make that mistake.
How do you balance that throughout the race? Because we know you got shuffled back at one point with the pit cycle, with the pit strategy, pit cycle, and whatnot. How do you balance that throughout the race, though? Because you kind of have to be aggressive to try to make passes here, right? You have to keep the momentum up, got to make those big moves down to the corner. But then that kind of opens you up for making those mistakes, right?
Right. Yeah, and you kind of gauge it by who you're racing around, and some of the guys aren't as good on dirt as they are. Like the 13th is an awesome road course racer and oval racer, but on dirt he he kind of hates it. So you just kind of gauge who you're around and how they race. And I never hit a brake. I never hit nothing all night. I mean, it was all throttle play. So just hit your marks every time. Be consistent.
When you're attacking the exit of these corners, now I noticed some guys, they were really trying to straighten up the exit. Some guys were really like just letting it go all the way out to the wall, just trying to keep the wheels pointed straight, parallel to the wall instead of trying to make a straight exit. What was your what do you think was the better method? What did you use? Like, how were you kind of tackling that exit of the corner? Because we saw you get really good runs down the straightaways.
So halfway through the corner, I'm already straightening out the wheel, and sometimes I'm bringing the wheel back just to nudge it to get the rear of the car to come to me, and then I'm straightening the wheel almost halfway through the corner, trying to get that good run coming out.
And how hard is it then racing side by side with guys? I know you talked about it being like you have more confidence in other guys being able to drive by them, knowing that they're kind of, they know their stuff, they know what they're doing. And you kind of have to have that faith in them. How hard is it though? You're coming down to the end of the race. There might be guys. I know obviously you had your teammate behind you. You had Rich back there who was doing really good here tonight until the end there with the contact with the 9. But how hard is it to kind of gauge your level of confidence in a guy when you're kind of being forced to run side by side like that on the edge of control through the corners?
Right. I was telling Jeff that, I know he didn't mean to take out the 6, but like Rich there. But if you're trying to get, if you're up in the second groove and you got a guy underneath you, your car wants to ultimately, as you're turning, kind of cut in at the end of the corner there. So it's really easy to get into each other, and that's obviously what happened there. But I'm always looking to if I'm on the inside, I'm always looking to my right off and on, just to see where they're at and where to gauge what's going on. And if I have to back out of it, I'd rather not take a guy out, but sometimes it happens. It's just racing, You
got to look out for yourself before you look out for that other guy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a win's a win, right?
Exactly. Hey, I don't get them as often as you do. It seems like, Jeff, we've talked with you most of these races here that we've broadcast with Hobo. But again, congratulations on another win, especially here in the trucks on the dirt. I know it's a completely different game for everybody. It's probably very rewarding to win on the different surface. Before we let you go, I know you got to go, spend time with the team, celebrate, but you know the drill by now. The floor is yours, sponsors, family, friends, whatever you got.
Yep. All my friends and family that are watching, shout out to them. Teammates did really well tonight. Jeff right behind me, and Keith, he was right up there. And Keith hates dirt, so good for him tonight. And these admins and these guys that I race with are just awesome. So I really love this hobby. It's great. Thanks to you guys too for broadcasting it.
Hey, our pleasure. I got one more. I got a fan mail question for you. Is your favorite breakfast steak and eggs?
Yeah. These guys called me steak and eggs, steak and cheese. They've called me everything. Everything. As a matter of fact, we run Cup 90 one year, and that was my sponsor, was Steak and Shake. So, yeah. And I always bring that car back out. So,
I love it.
Shake and bake, baby.
There you go, Jeff. Congratulations once again on the victory tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you.
Jess Duquoin, driver number 31, Chevrolet. Ricky, that does it for our coverage here from Duquoin. A fantastic night of dirt racing, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, fantastic night. A crazy night, but that's dirt track racing for you.
Insert Joe or Denny Hamlin meme there. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to us here on JTM. We got all the best NR 2003 racing on the web. We have the best. It's not even an argument at this point. Hobo Racing tonight. We had the USORL season end at the end of June. Bomb Squad Racing pretty much every Thursday night through the rest of the year. All-Star Racing, we're going to cover them this Wednesday, and then we're going to be through with them all throughout their playoffs in the fall. You're not going to want to miss a second of the action here on JTN, so you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on, so just hit that little bell, and it'll go ding, ding, ding anytime we upload something new or go live. Folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in as always. Our next broadcast, like I said, Wednesday night, All-Star Racing, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time for that one. Going to be a fantastic race from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. With all that being said, again, I'm going to say it again. Thank you guys so much. We are so appreciative of all the support you give us. For all of us here at JTM, for Bristol, our producer, for Ricky Collette, I've been Joe Twansky. Have a fantastic rest of your night, a wonderful start to your week, and we'll see you guys next time live here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh,
Maverick!
turn wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind him. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Musa gets it.